Spoiler alert, AI is not going to make you rich. Every day I see another ad promising you to make millions with AI, replace yourself with AI and earn passive income, build an AI empire in 30 days. Does this sound familiar? Because it should. It's the exact same playbook we saw with crypto, with NFTs, with every other get rich quick scheme out there. Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to tell you. AI can write some code, but humans actually build software. And you think slapping ChatGPT onto your business is going to make you rich? You're about to learn a very expensive lesson. Let's dive into this today. All right, so look, I've been building software since before most of these AI gurus even knew what a computer was. And I'm telling you right now, this AI hype machine is about to crash harder than crypto did. So today I'm going to break down some of the reasons why AI won't make you rich and what you should actually be doing with AI because it is really powerful. So I don't want you to think that I'm just hating on AI. Now, as always, leave a comment down below because seriously, it's like one of my favorite things and the best compliment you can give me. So tell me what kind of AI tools you're using and what things you find actually useful. Now, every AI startup I see is just a ChatGPT wrapper, right? And that's what I see over and over is a ChatGPT wrapper with an interface over the top of it. These companies raising millions of dollars claiming they've built a revolutionary AI technology when they're just doing some prompt engineering, right? So in my years of building software, I've seen this exact pattern with every hot technology. Big promises, minimal substance. The real value in AI comes from deep integration into existing workflows, not superficial chatbot interfaces. So let me give you an example. One of my clients has two different data sets that has no identifier to be able to connect it to, but we're able to take it, parse it down to JSON, take the other one and parse it down, and then actually do matching using it. And this is where AI is really powerful. We then run a second set of AI against it to actually verify that it makes sense and that it works. And then we give it a score that we can trust, right? So this is one great example where AI is really powerful because there's no algorithmic way to solve this. So when venture capitalists start talking about, well, where's the actual technology? They're, these companies that are just made up of some wrappers crumble really fast. So you want to build sustainable software, and this means solving real business problems, not just jumping onto the latest hype train. Now, companies that were blockchain powered yesterday are magically AI driven today without changing a single line of code. So it's at an executive meetings where leaders demand AI features without understanding what the problem is they're actually trying to solve. See, a lot of times right now, people are running around with this AI hammer saying, where's something to hit? Where's something to hit? Instead of actually realizing that they needed like a screwdriver, right? So, and I've sat in these meetings and these overnight pivots usually involve rebranding existing automation as AI, but it's just marketing. It's not actual innovation. Now, real technology transformation requires rebuilding your architecture from the ground up, not just updating your homepage. Historical data analysis and rule following algorithms aren't AI. They're just good software that's existed for decades. So when a company suddenly becomes AI first without fundamental product changes, you need to run the other direction, right? Now, VCs are dumping billions of dollars into AI startups, but that money faucet is starting to tighten pretty fast, right? Investors are finally asking the question they should have asked from day one. Show me the sustainable business model. So simply connecting to OpenAI's API no longer impresses sophisticated investors who've seen this movie before. I've advised dozens of startups, and those focused on solving real problems consistently outperform those chasing hype. The funding bar for AI companies is rising. You need actual revenue and proven market fit, not just flashy demos. So we're entering the show me the money phase where AI companies need profit, not just PowerPoint presentations. Now, remember when AI was supposed to automate everything? Well, the human in the loop is making a massive comeback. Companies are quietly adding human verification steps after discovering that AI mistakes cost more than human oversight. So I've watched AI implementation projects pivot from full automation to human augmentation after just their first major failure. The most successful AI deployments enhance human capabilities rather than attempting to completely replace humans. After 25 years in tech, I know that technology works best when it respects irreplaceable human judgment. Full automation without human checks is when the most expensive and embarrassing failures happen. Now, AI hallucinations, and this is where the model confidently generates false information, remains a massive unsolved problem that kills the business. See, the core of how AI works is it's pattern matching at a really fast speed. And that's the reason why it works really well in chat and in research. But if you're actually trying to get it to invent or to solve something, it gets really tied up really fast. One time I was trying to tell it that I had, like 7 stations and I had like 130 people. And how do I split them up into 13 teams to get to the 7? And I tried the algorithm for hours, never got it, right? So if it's the same thing of asking like how many R's are in strawberry, well, now they've trained the AI to do this. But some of those other examples where you try to give it a really hard problem to solve and it can't. So I recently tested a legal AI that invented fictitious court cases and cited them as precedent. And this is absolutely terrifying for real world use. Many companies hide these reliability issues rather than transparently addressing them with confidence scores or limitations. For critical business documents like contracts or financial reports, hallucinations can lead to catastrophic decisions. So, reliability trumps capability. A system that works 99% of the time beats one that works perfectly but fails unpredictably. The AI bubble burst that I've been talking about here is when business leaders realize that their expensive solutions sometimes just make up things convincingly. Now, again, lest you guys all think I'm hating on AI, again, every project we're working on right now, we're building AI into some aspects of the projects. You just have to be intelligent about how you're doing it and build in real value. Companies are building critical business functions on AI APIs that they don't control. And that's a huge recipe for disaster because what happens like when OpenAI recently changed all the behavior of their APIs, right? We saw lots of business struggle to try to scramble quickly and make the change. The other part to it too is relying on the third-party APIs means sensitive customer data is actually going outside of your organization into these systems. Everybody's like, "But I trust OpenAI." I don't. I don't trust any of them. I You need to be able to keep your customers and your data in house, and this is why you should be building AI on systems that you have control over from tip to stern. So I've seen startups build entire value propositions on third-party AI models only to be crushed when pricing changes. Building sustainable businesses requires controlling your core technology stack or having robust fallback systems. So my decades in tech taught me that outsourcing your competitive advantage is a fast track to obsolescence. Now, there's a massive chasm between AI demos that wow the executives and actual production systems that deliver measurable value. I've consulted with companies that spent millions on AI initiatives that never made it past pilot phase due to real world complexity. Building an AI chatbot is easy. Building one that reliably increases customer satisfaction or reduces costs is extraordinarily difficult. The engineering challenges of deploying AI at enterprise scale are dramatically underestimated by both executives and investors. Most companies lack the data infrastructure, specialized talent, or security infrastructure and organizational process to successfully implement AI solutions. So, after 25 years integrating new technologies, I can tell you the implementation gap is where innovation lives or dies. So, everyone wants to build AI, but almost nobody can find qualified people to actually do it properly. I've watched companies promote regular developers to AI engineers after just a 2-week online course, then wonder why the project failed because all it was wrapping it around, doing prompt engineering around somebody else's AI. The quality gap between elite AI practitioners and the average implementation teams is wider than most executives realize. Talent shortages in emerging technologies don't resolve quickly. They require years of systemic investment into training and recruitment. Companies face the hard truth when their AI ambitions far exceed their ability to execute their current staff capabilities. This talent crunch forces a brutal reality check on timeline expectations and capability assumptions across the industry. Now, all these AI ads sound exactly like cryptocurrency and NFT scams. Make $10,000 a month with AI. Replace yourself with robots. The promise of passive income through AI tools follows the same predatory marketing playbook that I've seen countless times before. Real software development requires deep technical knowledge, problem solving skills, and years of experience. There are no shortcuts. These courses sell dreams to people who don't understand that building valuable software is hard work and that takes time to master. Now, again, reminder, best compliment you can give me is leave a comment down below. Tell me what AI tools you're using. I'm really interested to hear. I want to hear what you've had success with and what you've seen some failures with. Now, regulators worldwide are catching up to AI faster than most companies are prepared to handle compliance requirements. I've seen startups building on foundations that will be completely undermined by upcoming AI regulations in healthcare and finance. My experience implementing systems like GDPR taught me that regulatory compliance always costs more and takes longer than executives want or expect. Smart companies build with regulation in mind rather than risk having their entire business model legislated out of existence. So the bubble really bursts when companies realize that their AI approaches are fundamentally incompatible with legal requirements. So the biggest bubble buster of all right now is that companies are demanding measurable returns on their massive AI investments. So I've sat in boardrooms where executives who approved millions for AI initiatives now ask uncomfortable questions about actual results. Many AI projects were launched on faith during the hype cycle without clear success metrics or measurable business outcome. I've learned that the ROI reckoning always comes, and it's brutal for overhyped technologies. Companies that build real solutions to real problems will thrive, while those who chase hype find themselves explaining disappointing returns. So the market is starting to understand the difference between superficial AI and solutions that actually add measurable business value. So here's the twist nobody saw coming. Most value created by AI will be captured by customers, not the companies building it. So just like containerization revolutionized shipping, but made very few shipping companies rich, AI will benefit users more than the builders. Knowledge intensive services will get cheaper and more accessible, while companies building AI tools complete margins down to zero. So the patterns repeats through technology history. Revolutionary innovation often benefits society while making few inventors really wealthy. Smart money will invest in companies that use AI to deliver better customer outcomes, not in AI technology companies themselves. The real opportunity lies in businesses that leverage AI efficiently to serve customers better, faster, and cheaper rather than just trying to see how many employees they can replace. Now, I'm curious to hear what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'd love to have a great conversation, so make sure you like and subscribe. Here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers as well as build custom software solutions for companies. So check out startuphack.com/Spencer and here's some great information about our services. Hi, I'm Spencer, a fractional CTO with over a decade of executive